The look I'm doing today is one of the first looks that I'm doing from my Bowl series, Bowl meaning a daughter-in-law in Indian. Now the looks that I'm planning to do are all taken from the daughter-in-laws of the various TV series from or TV soaps from Star Plus. So the one I'm doing today is Akshara, and I'm going to do two, maybe three, but two looks for her. And this is the first look that I'm going to do today is her very natural look, which was quite refreshing when she first burst onto the scene, because with Indian serials all you see is, you know, very over the top makeup, so overextended lips, very high and heavy makeup that goes all the way up to the brow bone, you know, and very strong contouring, and very heavy cakey makeup, which you can see, you know, on your TV screen. So when Akshara came on, she was like a breath of fresh air, very natural makeup, as you would do it yourself. It looked like she did it herself. The only thing she used to really stand out with her makeup was very cold, heavily cold eyes, and her cheekbones that go around and up like this. So when she smiles, it just looks so nice. She really, you know, all these lift up and it looks really well, you know, well placed for her face, to make sure that all your concealer is well placed to cover any dark areas on the face. I have a lot of darkness around this area, and so I've used MAC's orange colour corrector as well as a cream concealer to cover this side of my face. I haven't quite worked on this side yet, so you can see the difference it makes. Getting the concealer right before your foundation will help carry off the look a bit better. I've already done a video showing you how to use the orange colour corrector to colour dark pigmentation around the mouth and under the eyes. So if you want to see that, there will be a link to the video in the comments box. Save your time, I'm going to finish off the other side and come back for foundation. There is a little natural redness in my cheeks today, which I'm going to leave because it's going to help me with the whole look, but I'm just going to cover up the little red that I had on my forehead. For my foundation, I'm going to go in with my Glam Spot Cosmetics foundation. It's a dewy foundation finish. It's not very matte, and it isn't overly shiny either. It's just perfect for this look, which is a very slight sheen. When I apply this, I'm just going to do it very gently. I don't want to ruin the work I've done with the concealer underneath. I don't want to drag that. Okay, so my foundation's done. I'm just going to go in very lightly with translucent loose powder. Okay, so if you look at the image or any sort of earlier footage of Akshara's makeup look, the key to her look is that she's got bones that come, she hasn't got bones that come out like that, but she's got a shadow or a contour that comes under her cheek, and then it curves up a little just here. And that makes her cheeks, you know, look fuller in this area and much more raised. So I really like that about her. Now, I thought her cheeks were like that naturally, and when I looked at a recent interview with her, they weren't. So obviously that look is part of her character's look, and her artists do that for her. So I'm going to try and copy it as best I can. I'm going to, what I've done in here, this is my old mineralized palette, and from my Pro Kit I've just taken, you know, a little bit of the few colours that I have left and just popped it in here. So I've got some dark colours in here, and I'm going to use the darkest one there with my concealer brush. And I'm just going to use that to create a line under the cheek. I don't know why I'm closing that palette, I'll need it. It might not be dark enough, we'll see. In the beginning it was much more softer, but now as time goes on it is much more defined. going to blend that with my foundation brush, and because this product is really, really creamy, it's going to just blend away. My line is a little too thick. Actually, it's okay. Kind of goes up to about there of her nose, but I don't want to connect it, I just want to get close to it. As you can see, it makes my cheek much more lifted and much more defined. Obviously I don't expect you to have, you know, just for everyday use, a really dark coloured foundation at home. So you can actually do this with a dark contour powder. Just make sure it's matte. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it with a bronzer. An eyeshadow that's very dark brown or grey would work as well. Okay, so that's, I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but I've got the lifted look of the cheek that I want. Don't worry if you make a mistake, because you know, if you come down too far or go up too far, just take whatever's left on your foundation brush. If you've been using the same brush to blend the contour in, then you might want to dip back into your usual foundation and then just tidy up any areas where you've come down too far. In the early days, Akshara doesn't have anything terribly exciting on the eyes apart from a pink and a dirty sort of stain in the outer corner, and she used to go very crazy on the eye kohl. She still does. But Magenta Madness pigment from MAC. I'm just going to use a really tiny amount on the eyelid. I've already got Urban Decay's primer potion on underneath. I'm just going to give it a wash of colour all over. I'm using a really soft, fluffy brush to do this, because if I go in with a precision brush or a crease brush or anything with a fine tip or densely packed, what's going to happen is going to apply a big pop of colour on the eyelid and won't shoot down as well as if you just went in with a soft brush to start off with. I've got here in this palette, I'm going to use a mixture of these pinks here. They're just matte pinks. So anything that you have will work. And I'm just going to apply that just to get the right shade. It's just really a candy pink that I'm going for. I'm going to be using this one here. I'm just going to pop that very lightly on the outer corner, keeping within the crease. I don't want a big block of colour, just want a dirty stain. You can use a matte white or a matte cream or a fleshy colour just to highlight the eyes. There's no dewiness to her eyes at all, no obvious highlight or anything like that, so this will do fine. Akshara's eyes are always quite heavily kohled, you know, where her eyeshadow is quite demure. Her eyes are very heavily kohled and very well defined, so I'm going to do that with MAC's Black Track Fluid Line. And you want to just work the liner and smudge it. I'm going to turn it this way. Then using this black eyeshadow from Ruby and Millie. So just take that eyeshadow. Now I don't want to put that on my waterline at all. All I want to do is just tap that onto the root of those lower lashes. Okay, they seem pretty equal to me, so I'm just going to tap a little bit of my foundation onto my hand and take a little bit with my brush and just sweep that under the eye just to soften and tidy up at the same time. And I always do this before mascara because otherwise you'll spoil your mascara. Now I'm going to finish with L'Oreal's Volume Million Lashes. I think this mascara is a little bit too OTT, but I've only got OTT mascaras at the moment. My other one, my Lancome one's just dried out. Seemed I didn't have it very long, it's just dried out. I'm not putting kohl in the inner rims of the eyes because I just feel like it will close my eyes and make them look smaller, whereas I want to keep them a bit more open looking. Okay, so just check you're still happy with the contouring that you've done. If you feel like it's sunk into your foundation a little bit, just go in with any of the powder products or the foundation. I'm going to use this brown powder that I've got from Glam Spot Cosmetics. I'm just going to take it on a very small brush. Dip the tip in and then just go back over that and really work it. I've got a huge stain, I went a bit too far. Just going to clean brush and blend that away. Because I messed up the other side, I'm just going to show you here. Just take a little bit of that colour. Just go around to your contour again. And then just use the cleaner side to just blend that, especially towards where the ears are, upwards a little bit, just so that you get, you know, the usual part of the blush process. But it doesn't come over here, I just want to keep a little bit of the usual shading here. Just going to go in with this light pink colour blush. It's called Salsa and it's from Glam Spot Cosmetics. It's just perfect. I don't have another one like this colour in anything else. So I'm smiling and doing this. I know there's a big hoo-ha on YouTube about whether you should smile to do your blush or whether you should suck your cheeks in to do your blush. Because I've already done my contour and I want to concentrate the colour here, I don't see what's wrong with smiling. Just don't cover the whole area that's raised from smiling. You just want to keep it in this area here. And as always, if you do feel like you've gone overboard with your blush, then just take your foundation brush and just clean around the areas with whatever you've got left on it. Not using any lip liner, there just doesn't seem to be any used on the picture that I'm looking at. And I wouldn't be surprised if the lips were blotted off. But I'm just going to finish the rest of the look and I'll be right back. Just finishing the eyebrows with brow wax. Okay, so to finish off the look, you just need to straighten your hair if you want. Akshara always has to have her hair straightened for the role that she plays. I really do try to do these cheeks. I think they look really nice, make me look fat. Then I am a mum of two, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.